Hello. Welcome to the Dante Elephante podcast, episode 84. Guys, we are on a roll. This is the third episode in a row. I can't believe it. Thank you to Autopod, and thank you to all the great software that's making it easy to edit these podcasts again, man. And I've just been having more time since I'm not working multiple jobs. This is beautiful. Today's episode is with Jeremy Ferrara. Jeremy, this is another one of those where I've been friends with this person for a while now. Met him through Rafa Rose. Rafa Rose has been on the podcast twice. He plays bass for Dante Elephante. They used to play together in a band with this artist named Arzy Watt. These are all names to check out later, but Arzy Watt, Jeremy Ferrara, Rafa Rose, they all played together and toured a bunch before I met Raf. And they met each other around UCSB, and we kind of talk about this in the pod, so I don't want to give away too much, but it's really cool. This was the first episode of many that were done at Treefort. This is done like in a lobby at Treefort. You kind of just, I thought there was going to be like designated rooms, but it was more of just like set up shop wherever you can and record these things. So these next like 10 episodes are going to be like in different locations, different days, and sometimes, oh man, we did like 5 or 6 interviews in a single day, and some of them are short. Sometimes you only got like 30 minutes with an artist or something, and people will just reach out to you, try to talk to one artist, but they're, oh, we can't do that artist, but can you talk to this person? So there's a lot of me like just meeting new people and like really trying to sharpen my interview skills with strangers, because sometimes it's different talking to strangers than it is talking to friends and kind of getting to know someone. But that's also kind of like the joy, right? It's like I get to meet someone new and learn everything about them, and you get to be extra curious and ask really simple questions because you don't know anything about this person versus like your friends who and then there's inside jokes and there's all these different things. There's a lot of like inside baseball Santa Barbara kind of stuff in this episode, just because the inner workings of the Beco House. If you don't know what the Beco House is, it's like a DIY space that I think like Steve Aoki, I don't want to spread out misinformation, but I think like Steve Aoki is like involved with the creation of this place, but it's a very iconic DIY venue in Isla Vista, and we talk a little bit about that. There's a bunch of great conversations happening in this episode, but I hope you enjoy it. I got a big announcement. If you're watching this on Tuesday, June 20th, I am going to be on the What's Up Fool Felipe Esparza podcast live tonight. And if you're watching this past Tuesday, then it's just up on YouTube now, but go check out What's Up Fool with Felipe Esparza, one of my favorite comedians. He's having me be on the show, and I'm going to sing a few songs, but I'm also just going to be on there talking as a guest. So should be interesting, all leading up to our show at Belasco on the 24th. That's this weekend with Archer O, Shirley Tempo, Makeout Reef. Tickets available now in Los Angeles. I think it's downtown LA. I don't know where. Actually, I've never been to the Belasco before, so this will be all new to me. I'll probably try and shoot some footage when I'm there, but yeah, huge news. Check me out tonight on What's Up Fool with Felipe Esparza. That is the big news I couldn't announce last week, but here we are talking about this week. And I'm going to be playing by myself, so should be cool. Hopefully you guys are listening to this in the morning and you can prepare for it tonight. I think they stream, it's a live stream. It starts like at 8 p.m. So yeah. You know. Great. Okay. Let's just keep this nice and short. I don't really have a whole lot to promote. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tell a friend again. Make sure to like and subscribe. I saw some reviews, some Apple reviews. I thought that was really nice. I've never really asked people to do that, but if you're down and you've enjoyed the episodes, I think it does help. So I appreciate it. And let's just get into the episode, man. Talk to you guys next week. All right, Jeremy.
Hey, man.
We're here. We're doing it. We're live at Treefort. We're not live, but we are in Treefort right now. And you played yesterday.
That's right.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Long drive yesterday, and now I just get to hang out and watch bands. So I'm stoked.
You'll be here all weekend, huh?
All weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
You guys drove from Portland?
Yes.
Yeah. How was the drive?
It was really pretty. It's one of my favorite drives. But we woke up super early and it was good though.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
some bonding time with my mates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's just start from the beginning. Where are you from?
I'm from Pacifica, California.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's near San Francisco, like 20 minutes south on the coast.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've always been kind of in the Bay Area.
Yeah. I grew up in the Bay Area. Yeah.
How far is that from San Francisco?
It's like 20 minutes.
Okay.
South.
So would you play a lot of shows in San Francisco? Is there a scene in Pacifica? Like what?
Yeah, totally.
What
There's
like?
a small scene. It's funny, like there I would play at coffee shops and stuff when I was in high school and like at the Boys and Girls Club. And then but there's like this place, Winter's Tavern. It's a bar, but I never went there because I wasn't 21.
Right.
But then I met all these touring bands later and they're like, yeah, we played Winter's Tavern. I was like, yeah, I've like never been there.
Because that's the thing, people tell you where you're from, they want to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
Winter's Tavern. I don't know. Boys and Girls Club, maybe? Yeah.
But I knew of it. But yeah, exactly. But yeah, Boys and Girls Club had a scene. It was like, it was cool.
Like all ages?
Like all ages, like
sick.
punk and pop punk and people from Oakland would come and play and stuff.
See,
it
in
was
Santa
cool.
Barbara, we have a Boys and Girls Club, and they don't do anything like that.
Yeah, it was wild. It was just like one person, you know, who's
Cool.
like, let's make this happen. And they like built a cool band room and stuff. And
That's like every DIY scene. It's like relying on the shoulders of one person.
Yeah,
And then they either like get older or get a job, and then it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so brutal. And, you know, people, at least in the conversations I've always had with people about like the Santa Barbara scene's this, the Santa Barbara scene's that. It's like, well, it takes like everyone to make a scene. It's not going to be like one person to like change the vibe of Santa Barbara.
Absolutely. Like there's pillars of the community.
Right.
But it takes a village or whatever the saying is. Yeah.
And you spent some time in Santa Barbara. How long were you living there?
So I went to college there. So I lived
UCSB?
Yeah, UCSB.
Nice.
And I would always see your band like stickers and like I think it was like after you or I don't know, but I was like Dante Elephante, that's like this mythological amazing band. It was cool.
Our post-IV days.
Yeah, exactly. And like KCSB and stuff.
Right.
I think that's where I saw your sticker first, like at the radio station. And
we did a 7-inch at the radio station.
Dude,
we're
so
like the
cool.
only release. They started a label and we're like the only release.
Whoa,
There's
that's
maybe
crazy.
I think they did a comp afterwards, but
That's super cool.
Shout out to KCSB. Shout out to Josh Redman. He's like the person I'm thinking of.
Oh my God,
when I
Josh
think of someone
Redman.
who held the scene together for so long.
100%.
Oh man,
I was like, I love that guy. And he was just always at the show. Like, I would go to Beco Garage a lot.
Right.
I lived at Beco for a summer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We have to talk. What's it like living in the Beco
In
house?
Beco House? It's amazing. Yeah.
It's very local.
Yeah, totally.
Content, but,
It was really sick. I met some great people there. It was the first co-op I lived in. I lived in the housing co-ops for like my last 2 years of college. And and then there were shows always happening. And Josh was always there like collecting the money.
Oh, cool.
And it was just not like donations or whatever. And
Right.
It was cool. Yeah.
Man, yeah, no, the Beco House, they just had a show there recently.
I think they got an Instagram and I follow it and I see that there's like
there's stuff
crazy
happening
shows
now.
happening and shit, and I'm like, yes.
Because there's like nothing for a really long time.
It went waves, you know.
Yeah.
Like, because it depends on who lives in the house,
Right.
and who is like running it, kind of. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you book any shows when you were there?
No, I was never in the booking part of it, but yeah.
There's parts. There's
Everyone had like a house job.
Oh really?
Yeah, like, and that would change every quarter.
I guess it's like the co-op.
That's the co-op
like
dynamic.
Yeah.
And then one of them, if you lived at Beco, was like running the events or putting on the events at the garage. So, but that was how it was that summer, but I don't know if it's different now. Yeah.
There's a guy washing the window.
The window. Maybe he can like come say hi. That'd be cool.
He may, he may
make a guest appearance. That would be really funny.
Okay, so then we went to UCSB. Were you playing music at UCSB?
Yeah. It's funny. Like my freshman and sophomore year, I just kind of did it as a hobby. Like I played in bands in high school, and then I was like, yeah, I probably won't be a musician. And then I met Airzy Watt, who I think you know a little bit, and she asked me to play in her band. and then we started playing shows, and I just like fell in love with playing shows, you know, again. And then I started playing solo probably like my senior year of college again, since like high school or whatever. And then
why did you think, oh, I'm not gonna be
I don't know, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was
when you were 17 years old.
Can you imagine that?
So so you just weren't sure if you were
I just
go
like
that route.
I think I always, it's funny, my dad's a musician.
Oh, okay.
And he was always like, yeah, music, it's so hard, but if you really want it, you can do it. And I was like, I don't know if I really want it. I don't know.
Right.
But then when I started playing shows, I was like, again in college, I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. It's like fills me up in a way that nothing else does.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so then you're playing with Airzy. Were you just like playing guitar or?
Yeah, playing guitar, a little no, I don't even think I sang harmonies back then. Just guitar and actually bass.
Yeah.
We would switch, me and the guitar player. We both wanted to play guitar. We were like, okay, we can just switch off.
Yeah.
And the other one would play bass. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I actually love playing the bass.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
That's
but
cool.
I haven't in a long time.
And that project was more kind of what she's doing now, or what you both are doing. Like, how would you describe it for the people listening?
Yeah, that band, we would play covers and we would play Airzy's songs, and we would even like, I think, co-write some songs within the band. It would change and be different, but yeah, Airzy writes like beautiful folk and like I don't know.
Is that the kind of
check
stuff
it out.
you grew up listening to your parents put you on to?
Yeah, my parents definitely showed me like Bob Dylan and Neil Young, and those were really big for me.
Nice.
And Joni Mitchell, and I got a lot of influence from my parents, and then my cousin was a huge music fan, and he gave me this hard drive of like 80 gigabytes of music, and that's how I like discovered a lot of bands.
It's funny, Chris Cohen, I did an interview with Chris Cohen, and he talked about those music mentors of our lives.
Yeah, right?
And like, it's always someone just slightly older than you who like puts you on to all this amazing stuff. Like,
literally.
What was on that hard drive? Do you remember what was on that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It was like all these discographies.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
this is the time of BitTorrent.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Every album.
No, literally, yes. It was like him and his friends, this is my cousin, they like just downloaded discographies of all their favorite band, and they would amass it together. Yeah. And then Bright Eyes was on there.
Cool.
And that's when I fell in love with Bright Eyes, like Modest Mouse.
Yeah.
And then all the classic like 60s stuff, and like Bob Dylan.
Like at the time, so I'm thinking like early Dylan. Like, now that you're older, what is your favorite period of Dylan? Because there's so many different. I've been getting into 80s Dylan right now.
Dude, that's awesome.
I am obsessed with 80s Dylan.
Basically, for me, Dylan's first like 10 records were always 10 or 12. I don't know. Like his folk stuff, and then when he went electric.
Yeah.
But then I've been like, I slowly once in a while will get into a later Dylan record. I play guitar sometimes with this guy, American Forest, and he's the biggest like Bob Dylan fan I know.
Yeah.
And he knows like, and when we're in the van, he'll play some stuff like, and I'll be like, oh my God, this is Bob Dylan. Like, this is amazing.
It's
crazy.
It's amazing you say his first 12
I know, right?
albums,
Yeah.
like,
as if it's like,
that's normal.
Like a tiny part of his career. Yeah. I know.
What a run, man. What a run. Have you seen Bob Dylan live?
I have. Yeah. A couple
times.
When?
How was it?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I saw him at the Greek Theater, I think, in Berkeley. Is that in Berkeley?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him there with my family. We were super far away, but that was cool. And then I saw him at the Shoreline Amphitheater, also really far away. But.
Do you believe that he can actually sing right now? He chooses not to, just like he did back then?
I don't know. I mean, his voice has just changed a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just cool to see him. He always has a kick-ass band too,
right.
Yeah.
When he did The Tempest, was that 2012? He sang on that. He sang and it sounded good.
Right.
And then you'd see him
so
same year sounding like shit live. So I think he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
he's doing what he's always done.
Yeah. I think who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's my theory, at least.
No, I think you could be right. I don't know.
I think he's got a little left in that tank.
Yeah, I know. I mean, his last record, I've only listened to it a couple of times, but I know people love it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Rough and Rowdy Ways.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's great. What else? Are you working on new music right now?
I just finished recording a record.
Really?
Yeah. A few months ago in LA. Yeah.
Where'd you record in LA?
I recorded with this guy Luke Temple at
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know Luke Temple.
Oh really?
I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's so good.
Amazing person.
Yeah.
And super
How'd you
cool.
meet Luke?
He produced one of my favorite records, Adrian Lenker's Abyss Kiss. And that's when I heard about him.
Yeah.
And then just listened to him over the years. And then I feel like we have mutual friends. So I just reached out to him and it was really chill. It went really well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I'd never met him.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. It was I was nervous and stuff, but it went really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How many songs did you do?
8 songs.
Yeah.
Full
8
band? And a half. There's drums and bass on 5 of the songs. And so we did it live. Luke actually played bass.
Oh, cool.
And then 3 of the songs are just me. And then we did a bunch of overdub stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
What was one of the big takeaways from that session? Anything you learned?
I definitely learned a lot.
Yeah.
Recording sessions are always huge moments of growth for me. And I don't know, just that things, if the vibe is right, it's I kind of showed me that I could do it.
Right.
I always make records. Because I don't know how to make record. I don't know how to record and stuff. So I always do it with someone else. And since I'm always doing it with someone else, we try and do it in a week or something. So that's usually how I've done it. But with this one, I didn't know anyone I was working with. They weren't my friends.
Right.
They're my friends now. But so just I was nervous, but I figured out oh, that went great, know, and I can do it, I guess.
Cool. How many days did you track for?
It was 5 days in total, but 2 days at the studio. We tracked all the songs, singing, acoustic guitar in the band, and then we were done with all those. And then we went to Luke's house and just put stuff on him for 3 days.
Yeah, that's great. And did you like that experience?
It was great.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I feel that's not enough days.
I know. I mean, so many people take their time with it, and that makes a lot of sense too. And I think I would do that if I knew how to. Yeah.
I think, I usually make a record in 10 days.
Cool.
I usually keep it to 10 days because there's that Steve Albini quote: if you make a record longer than 10 days, you're doing it wrong or something like that. Because then you have so much, and that's where I'm at right now with these demos. I'm making demos right now, and I just have so much time to work on them. Oh, I'll get to that.
Right.
And then 3 weeks go by, and I haven't laid down any key parts yet.
Yeah.
And we just have drums and guitar sitting there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else, and I'm just sitting on it because I need time.
Totally.
I don't know.
Totally. Yeah.
So there is something about working in that time constraint that benefits you in a way.
No, I definitely feel that way.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a really cohesive memory when you do it like that too. It's something that oh, that was this magical week, you know? And then and it always makes it seem like the songs have a cohesiveness too, because they were all born from the same a moment.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
There's I think me and Jenny have been obsessed with time going by so fast. And when you make a record, it's one of the few times time goes really slow. And you just focus on the one song at a time, and you're in the studio for 5 days, and it's the longest 5 days of your life. And you're just obsessing over these tracks. I don't know, it's kind of nice.
It is. It's a different experience than normal life.
Yeah,
it's totally a flow state. It's cool. And not to say people who make records over really long, there's no way to do it, and some of my favorite records are probably made that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there are no rules. That's kind of
absolutely.
That's kind of the beauty of music, that there's no rules. If there was rules, that would kind of suck, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite no rule? I'm all about the tips and tricks on this podcast. People need a tour tip. Do you have anything like that?
Damn. Probably. I have to think about it.
Do you do anything special before a tour to prep?
Let me think.
Or before a show, even just a show? What's your routine?
Yeah, I know. Gosh, I don't know. What is my routine?
Do you do vocal warm-ups?
There was a time when I would.
Yeah.
Erzi does them a lot, and I've been on tour with her a lot.
Yeah.
And so I would just do them with her when she was doing them.
I've never done vocal warm-ups, and I see like bigger bands doing them, and I'm like, oh.
It's tight.
I wonder if there's maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know.
Like I have done it before, and then I have this crazy ability on stage that I don't usually do. But it's like realistically, I don't know if I would keep up the routine of it. Yeah. But I think it's a great routine if you can. I mean, I don't know.
Man, the last like big national tour we did was 2019 before the craziness, but like, yeah, I started to feel it. I was fine throughout the whole tour until like day 28, 29. I was like, oh, I think I'm losing my voice. Like, I think I'm finally losing it. And that's when I realized maybe there is something to the,
yeah, dude, I mean,
to the vocal, even though I still don't do them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean,
find a YouTube video.
Spending like every night in bars too, or venues, talking loudly. So bad for your voice.
Especially you have a nice soft voice. It must be hell for you to like be at a bar and have to like project. Yeah,
totally. For a long time I didn't sing correctly. I don't think I still sing correctly, but I would, I've messed up my voice before.
Really?
For sure. Yeah, actually one time in the middle of a show, it was terrifying.
What happened?
Like I lost a whole register. And it was actually, I've seen a singing coach just a few, like we would randomly, like when I'm having a crisis, I'll like, can I have a lesson with you?
Book a lesson, yeah.
Yeah, and after that happened, I did that because I was like, what happened? And she knows like everything about the vocal cords and everything. She was like, I don't know what I did, but it was a thing that happened that like something not burst, but like strained, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And it was like in the middle of a song.
Do you remember where you were?
I was at the Lost Church in San Francisco.
Is that venue still there?
They have a new one. So it used to be in the Mission, and now they have a spot in North Beach, which I've never been to yet. Yeah. But I heard it's cool. The Lost Church is awesome.
That was a cool venue.
I know. And it was cool. So I was playing completely acoustic because it's a small space with no amplification. I think that was part of it. So I was like just trying to project a lot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I like completely lost my voice. I had to like stop in the middle of the song, and like all this like family and friends in the audience. I was like so embarrassed, but everyone was like super cool and supportive, and like brought me like tea and like in the middle of the set and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
It was good. It was kind of a wake up call or something.
Yeah.
That I need to take care of my voice.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we do have a mutual friend, Raphael, who's been on the show twice. I did 2 episodes of Raph, like right when I first started this and had the idea. And then another one during the lockdown because we didn't really see each other for like a long time.
Oh my gosh,
and I was like, well, if we're going to hang out, let's just record a conversation. We went to a park.
Yeah.
We were at a park and we just did him sitting on a bench, which was cool. But like, how'd you meet Raph?
Actually through Erzi. They started playing music together when I was living abroad after college.
Where'd you go?
I was in Thailand. I was teaching at this middle school, teaching science, and then I lived in Berlin for 3 months.
Whoa. How'd you like Thailand and Berlin?
Thailand was cool, but I felt really isolated, and like I didn't speak the language and I didn't have that many friends.
Yeah.
But then Berlin was super amazing.
Yeah.
Because everyone spoke English, and
it was a little easier to navigate.
Yeah, and there was like a music scene that I could kind of be a part of.
How long were you there for? Like a year? Or?
Yeah, I was abroad for about a year in total. And then when I came back, Erzi was playing with Raph, and then we started playing together, all of us. Cool. And then Raph played bass on my first full-length record too.
That's right. Yeah. He said that was a crazy experience. And I guess I'll just let you say like you guys recording in an old church, like
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere? I don't know. Maybe
Actually,
it was somewhere.
not that far from here. But yeah, it is kind of. It's in Eastern Oregon in this place called Enterprise.
Okay,
And
that's
this,
the city name.
Yeah, that's the city exactly.
Cool.
And this guy Bart Budwig, who played last night in Boise,
Oh, cool.
and Treefort, he records bands there.
Yeah.
And it's just super magical and cool.
Really?
Yeah, amazing.
So it's just like what is the room?
So it's basically a theater.
Yeah.
It's like changed over the years, and they did a big renovation on the theater, I believe, recently. But yeah, he just gets bands, and they come and they play on the stage.
Cool.
And then he records them.
And you're playing live. You're tracking live.
Tracking live. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like a live vibe, and like everyone sleeps at the theater, and it's just like homies and
cool.
Yeah, we made an Airzy record there, and I made a record there, and a lot of my friends have made records there.
Cool.
And it's really cool because they're like all at Treefort right now.
Oh, nice.
It's like a big community.
Big reunion.
Yeah, talk about like a pillar of a community. I would say Bart Budwig for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you've done 2 records live. Do you prefer doing this live tracking
I
thing
do
versus
prefer the
individual?
live. Yeah.
It's easier or the vibe, or what is it?
Yeah, I think I always sing while I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
So it feels strange to me to not, even though I have overdubbed vocals before. And then I just like it. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I would get like cleaner, cooler takes if I didn't.
Right.
And it's probably true, but again, it would take like a lot longer and more like money and stuff. So.
Are you still playing live to a click?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for my last record. I did a click on some of
Just
the.
to kind of stay kind of in the
Yeah,
zone. Like,
yeah.
So it doesn't get too off the rails, but like you're still
Totally.
manageable.
Yeah, I've done a lot not to a click, but like random songs. Yeah, and also we wanted to put like a little maybe arpeggiate or drum machine over
And then
one
you
of them, and
kinda
then you
need-
kind of have to.
Yeah,
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 exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing drums with my coworker's band, and
That's amazing.
it's kind of fun. But he plays to a click, so
Uh-huh.
like the experience for a drummer while playing to a click is just click, click, click. It's like I don't hear any of the rest of the band anymore. It's kind of weird. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That would be hard.
it's just all click. I'm like,
That's
if
amazing.
I hope it sounds good. I have my headphones in and I have this in. I hope the rest of the band sounds good.
Yeah,
I have
like-
no idea.
I know. Like, yeah, drummers who can just have the click and still be vibing. Like, that's amazing.
I think the next step is to do the in-ears. Because then I could get a mix
Right,
of everybody
everyone else too.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of
Exactly.
everybody else and like mainly click.
Right.
But
So right now
know
it's
yet.
just the click in your ear.
right now I just have the freaking click in my ear.
And is it like one
And that's
ear?
all I hear.
Yeah.
It's in both ears.
Okay,
but
word.
it's just loud, which is great. And then I hope the rest of the band
Oh my
sounds
God,
good.
that is wild. Yeah, that is pretty wild.
So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know, but in-ears are kind of expensive and I don't know if I want to go down that route.
Totally. I feel it.
But
I
it
feel
starts, you start playing bigger venues and stuff, and it makes sense. And I get why the bigger bands have it now. But I saw a TikTok the other day of the singer from Paramore. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
But she grabbed someone's phone and ran up on stage, and the only stage volume is the drums. It's fucked up.
Whoa.
Because they don't have amps.
Right.
It's all like these new modelers or whatever, and it's all direct in. And then it's only drums that are making noise.
Like in
and
the
everyone has
monitors.
in-ears.
Or wait. Oh, and everyone has their in-ears. I get
Everyone
it.
has
I get it.
in-ears and everyone's
Yeah.
direct in.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah,
That's
it's just-
wild.
It's different.
I know. I've talked to bands who do in-ear stuff, and yeah, it's like hard for me to comprehend, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really eye opening.
Yeah,
To see. I was like,
yeah.
because you could hear it was so loud for everyone else, but on stage,
Right. Like
so weird.
It's
That's-
quiet on stage.
it's
That's
quiet on
like
stage.
Twilight Zone shit. Like what's going on?
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that world, man. I switched over. I don't have an amp anymore. I have
Yeah,
like a pedal
That's cool.
on a
Yeah.
box thing that the company Seymour Duncan makes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Jacob doesn't want to get one. My guitar player Jacob doesn't want to get one because he's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that future yet, man. Ampless world. I'm like, dude,
It's coming.
it's coming.
Probably. I don't know.
As we
Yeah.
get older, as like this next generation musicians don't want to carry big amps, Twins are out.
Oh my God.
Twins are done. Super
that's
reverbs
literally
are done.
the reason I can't get a big amp is because it's too heavy.
It's too heavy.
It would sound awesome.
The
I wish I
Princeton,
could.
the Champs, those are like really in right now because they sound great and they're lighter. But yeah,
exactly.
I just stare at my Twin every day like, oh, one day I'll play you again. I don't know when.
Yeah, I know. I got to play through a friend's Twin in college actually.
They're awesome.
And there's favorite, like the best I think I ever sounded.
Yeah.
Or just because of the amp.
The tone.
Yeah, the tone wise.
Yeah.
And it had wheels, but it was so damn heavy. Holy.
That's the thing. And then the purists will say, don't put wheels because it takes off the low end.
Right.
That's what they say. That needs to be touching the ground.
Yeah, it's like,
but
all right, well, I want to like have a working back, so
I'd like to survive.
Yeah,
and it takes up too much space in the van. It's
I know. Exactly.
We're also like, touring's getting so much more expensive, and trying to like cut costs in either way. Maybe take a minivan, maybe you do this. It's like you can't take that amp now. Something has to be sacrificed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. We got the minivan vibe going, and
for this,
this, and it's just a 3-piece, and we have small amps. And it's like super spacious.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's really nice.
It feels luxurious. Yeah.
Shout out to Enterprise. They don't know what we do with these vans. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I should. Who cares? I doubt anyone from Enterprise is listening to this. But we took a van and we drove it all the way to Michigan and back. And like we did like a West Coast tour, and then the last show was in Michigan, so we just did a haul for like 14 hours to Michigan and drove it all the way back to Santa Barbara. And the woman was like, "You drove 5,000 miles?" I was like, "Yeah, big weekend." She's like, "What the fuck?" She like couldn't believe it.
Yeah, right.
Because she didn't know. I also didn't tell her I took it out.
You're not telling them you're taking it on tour. It's funny you kept saying Enterprise, and I was thinking you're talking about the town because you were just talking about the company. Now I realized like halfway through, Enterprise. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah, literally. Yeah. That's cool. It must be nice. I've actually never rented a van for a tour.
Oh,
but
cool.
I was thinking about how that would be really nice.
Yeah,
because you don't have to like worry about it breaking down.
It's brand new. Yeah, it adds so nice. More to your. Yeah, you're not gonna make as much money towards the end of the tour, but it's that peace of mind that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you
worth it,
factor in all the money you spend on owning a van. Yeah, it might be cheaper. I don't know what the math is.
Me and Ralph went down that.
I know. I remember y'all had one.
That's where I cut in the footage of it being towed. Me and Ralph drove that van on the back of a U-Haul. It was a massive U-Haul because that was the only size they had. It was like for a family size U-Haul.
Yeah.
So we just had like some gear on the inside and then a hitch with this van on it that it was too big for the actual thing. But we were stuck in Alturas, California, and they were kind of just like, "This is what we got. Take it. This is your only way home." Right. All right, we're doing it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that was a brutal drive.
Dude.
It was fun though. Couldn't go past 55, so it went even slower. It was like a 20-hour drive.
That's so wild. That's so funny. I just can imagine y'all doing that.
And yet here I am on Facebook Marketplace looking for another van right now, just because I'm curious. See if something perfect. But here's the other problem I just told Jay the other night is that people are gutting out vans because they're all about van life. So it's like there's no seats. And every van that's for sale right now, there's no seats because everyone gutted them out or put a bed in them. I was like, oh, I don't need that. Yeah. So
no, actually, we took the farthest back seats out of the minivan, and I'm like, they're so big and they're just sitting at my place, and I'm like, I want to junk these, but what if I sell it? Like they might want them. I don't know.
They might want the seats. Yeah,
the seats.
That's what I'm experiencing right now. Everyone's gutting it out. Everyone, I don't know. It was the pandemic. We thought crazy things were happening, and we thought that living in a van,
was everything we ever wanted.
Yes. Oh man, did you have any crazy lockdown? How was your lockdown?
My lockdown was. I felt I was like lucky in a lot of ways. It wasn't that terrible. I was living with my partner and a couple other folks that were good people in like a spacious house, and so we had each other. And
nice. Did you make a bunch of music like everyone said they were gonna do?
I wrote a record.
You did write? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I did. I know. And then made it towards the end of the lockdown. So yeah, I did write, and I did like. I practiced guitar more.
Yeah.
I got like a guitar teacher for a couple months, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just like I had never done that.
Yeah. What did you like that?
I loved it. Yeah,
Really?
he was a really cool guy, like a friend of a friend. Just I wanted to learn just more. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, let's get into that. What'd you want to learn?
I finally learned the caged system.
What's that? Yeah, see, what's that?
It's just like a way to visualize the fretboard.
Okay.
It helps me a lot when I'm playing lead guitar. Because I play a lot of cowboy chords.
Right.
And so I'm really comfortable with those shapes. So for me, the caged system lets me imagine I'm playing cowboy chords, but like up the fretboard. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, all of a sudden, so it's just easier to maneuver my fingers or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It opened up a lot. It's
really?
Helped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's helped a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's funny. A lot of people, it's like they learn it when they're young but then I was like, I learned it way later after I'd already played guitar a lot, which made it.
Yeah, maybe a little easier to understand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if you would have told me that I was a kid, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm self-taught, so I've never taken a guitar lesson, but I do want to take one soon.
Yeah.
Just to see like.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, yeah, I like it.
I feel like sometimes teachers will, in the slowest way, show you stuff. Like I took drum lessons, and I love my drum teacher. I did it for like 4 years. I think I might have taken lessons for like 5 years, but like we also learned things very slowly.
Totally.
I took it every step really slowly. It's like that. I don't want to say this is how they ensure you come back, but like it didn't help.
Right. Yeah.
But it did help.
Yeah. It's all about finding the flow. Like, especially when you're older, like with me and my teacher, I had already like played guitar a lot. So I kind of knew exactly the questions I wanted to ask him, and that made it really easy. But I also teach guitar a little bit to young folks, and they never come with like questions.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right.
Oh man.
It's all so it's funny. But
so you're also doing lessons?
I teach some guitar lessons.
Yeah.
It's not like my main thing, but I do have some students. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is your main thing? What are you doing for
money and work? Yeah. So I teach math and physics. Like I'm a tutor for high school students.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I studied physics in college, so I have all this like math knowledge that I don't use, but I get to use it at this job, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, do the kids like that you're a musician?
Yeah, I think some of them think it's really cool, and some of them because I usually say a little bit about myself at the beginning when I'm meeting them, and we like get to know each other.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, I'm a musician also, and I do that for work too, and like, yeah, half of the time they just don't even respond. Like they don't even acknowledge I said anything. Yeah. But then some kids are like, no way. Like
that's cool.
Start like listening to my music and stuff. It's pretty funny.
A young fan base.
That's right. That's right.
It's that young fan base, that young audience that brands would kill for. You have early access to them. Yeah, that's amazing. My fifth grade teacher was a musician.
Really?
And that was really eye-opening for me. He brought guitar into the class, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I mean, with music,
it's super important.
Yeah, it is. With music, like one person can like
ignite that that thing you had.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have any kids come up to you about that? About playing?
About playing, like
they want to learn how to play and all that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I think so, yeah. But no, like big memories are coming to mind. But
right.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've inspired many.
I hope so. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you made a record. Is this the same record? You said you wrote a record in the lockdown and you recorded it. Is this the same thing you did with Luke Temple?
No. Yeah, different.
So you're even another record.
Yeah. So I made a record over the pandemic with a guy named Mike Kirkendall in Portland, and it was completely just me and my guitar.
Yeah.
At first I was like, maybe this will just be demos and I'll release a few, but then it turned out really good, I thought.
Just you?
Just me and my guitar, solo, live, just sat down and played the songs basically. And then I wrote more songs and then just recorded with Luke. Yeah, but the thing with Mike is already out, and I recorded that in 2021, 2020. I don't know. 2021.
Yeah,
I can't
2021.
remember.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's when things eased up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh man. And so, have you been playing a lot of shows in Portland?
I've kind of I have been playing shows, but not that much.
Right.
I did a lot of touring over summer.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna chill and just play a show if like someone asks me and it sounds like fun. But now I'm like booking shows again for summer and stuff.
Where do you like to play?
In Portland?
Yeah.
I really like this place called the Laurel Thirst. That's like just like a bar with great music, and friends congregate there. And then
have you been there? Oh, you've been there? Jenny's been there. Okay.
Heck yeah. But there's a lot of great spots in Portland. There's like a million venues.
Yeah.
A lot of cool ones. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My first show in Portland was what's that place? The Ash Street Saloon.
Oh,
we played the Ash
I've
Street
ever
Saloon.
Been there.
It's for good reason. It's a weird place. It's gone.
It's closed. Yeah,
okay,
I haven't heard that name before.
We can talk shit on it. It's gone. It was a weird. It had a big stage.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
and we played in front of 3 people. It was really
right.
cool. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, definitely been there before.
Yeah.
Like this room is way too big for the vibe right now. I wish I was in a living room.
Yes.
That would be way better.
I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I wish we found a house show or something because this is brutal. And then, but this was like 2011 or something.
Yeah, a long time
we were
ago.
Just like starting. We were like a year in. We're like, we should go tour. Oh, I want to go to Portland. Let's go to Portland. And that's all we said. And then we just made it happen, I guess. And we played Mississippi Pizza. Is that still there?
I love that space. Yeah. I love Mississippi Pizza Pub, like the Atlantis
venue.
Lounge.
And then there's a bar in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the lounge?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they've got the stage, and that place is cool. I love that place.
They gave us free pizza after the show.
Yeah,
too?
and they like hook it up with the pizza.
Yeah.
I know, which is like pretty dope.
Yeah,
definitely.
What neighborhood is that?
That's on Mississippi, which is like in northeast Portland. Yeah,
northeast.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's also the same street Mississippi Studios is on, which y'all's show is amazing there. Yeah.
And now, I remember playing Mississippi Pizza, wishing I was playing Mississippi
right.
And everyone's like, "Oh, you guys should be playing in Mississippi Studios."
Yeah, it's like the big kid venue down the street. Yeah, exactly.
How do you get there? You know? It was cool to finally play Mississippi Studios. That was like a venue I'd like always heard of.
It's it's like might be my favorite. The sound is so good, and they just book great bands there. Yeah. There's
a lot going on this festival. I don't think you can hear anything. It's pretty cool. They're pretty quiet microphones. But I love the like bleacher. There's like bleachers.
Yeah, they got the like upstairs thing if you want to just sit and watch and the
bar next door is really cool.
Yeah, and they like
food.
And they hook it up with food. Yeah, definitely.
That venue's awesome.
Definitely.
Oh man, what other venues are there? I also play another bar in Portland, and we opened for this like really random cover band, and we got paid $500, which we thought was a lot of money. I still think that's a lot of money. And the guy was like, "You guys drove all the way up here for $500?" That's what he told us. And we're like, "Yeah, this is our big paying gig."
Yeah, right.
This is the only one that's paying us.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh God." He was older too. He's just bitter. Right. And then I was like trying to make conversation on stage. I was like, "Oh, is there a good record store in town?" And like all 15 people said nothing. They're just quiet. And then some guy walked up after the show. I didn't want to say anything, but there are some good record stores here. Like, say something, dude. You contributed to the awkwardness.
You would have made it less awkward.
Yeah, it's trying to be nice. And there are great record stores.
There are.
That's why I thought it was crazy that
Portland definitely has is good record stores.
So good.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else? Anything else you want to promote? Anything else you want to say? We should have done this in the beginning because people don't listen to the end. But
no worries.
Anything you have to promote?
Yeah, I'm gonna announce a summer tour pretty soon. I'll be bringing the band out.
Okay.
I'm super stoked for that.
How can people find
West
you?
Coast. Jeremy Ferrara on Instagram and a website. The normal places. Spotify.
Yeah.
The normal places. Yeah, thank you so much, Ruben. This is so fun.
This is so fun, yeah.
Yeah, I love your podcast. I watch it all the time. So I'm kind of tripping out that I'm on it.
No, it's cool. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I keep thinking like, you know, I'll do this like on the road, on tour. And then like I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. So this is like, okay, this is all perfect timing.
Perfect.
And like a few friends who like, I'm doing a few friends this weekend. Who I'm like, I guess I can just drive up to San Francisco, like French Cassettes. Like, there's people I've been friends with a long time, and I keep telling myself I should make a trip up to San Francisco, just get an Airbnb and like,
for sure,
pump out like all the people I know in the Bay. But this worked out perfectly, so it's like all my friends came here, so I might as well make myself here.
Yeah,
knock it out.
I love what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Love it.
Well, I appreciate it.
Big inspiration.